place to be. So this is going to be the first prenatal section. If you are in your first trimester, you should be pretty much okay to do week 1 of block 1. Just don't do the plank, which is, let me move all those out, which is this one. So just take a break when we're doing that. Don't do the ones laying on your stomach if you're uncomfortable lying on your stomach, and make sure you've seen a midwife before you do anything. So for this video, this is really aimed at 2nd and 3rd trimesters. You want to make sure you've got permission from your midwife, consultant, whoever's looking after you in this time. They need to know that you are going to do this and you're doing this in case they have any issues why you shouldn't be doing it. So always stay hydrated, keep breathing, never hold your breath. If you are holding your breath or struggling for breath, that means baby is holding its breath and struggling for breath. Take a break whenever you need to, listen to your body, any twangs, pains, absolutely anything at all, just stop it. It's really not worth it. So we're going to need a bit of equipment. We are going to definitely need a Swiss ball. If you haven't got a Swiss ball, you can use a chair or the sofa. We're going to need, so I was going to use my little round balls, but they're buried under a car at the minute. So you're going to need a football. That's mainly for if you're in your 2nd trimester, I think, because I'm sure in the 3rd trimester we're just using the Swiss ball. And then you're going to need, so I have a lovely spiky pressure ball. So it looks a bit like a tumble dryer ball, the ones that you can put in your tumble dryer. An ordinary tennis ball will do, and we're just going to use this on the feet to start with because it's just so immense at releasing any tension through your feet. But if you release tension in your feet, it also travels all the way up, releasing tension as you go. So we're going to start off on the Swiss ball. So again, my normal Swiss ball is buried under car parts. So I have managed to dig this one out. This one is a tiny bit too small for me. So if you see, my knees are a bit higher than my hip. So you need your ball where your hip is in line with your knees, and then your knees can be in line with your ankles. So this is really bad practice for me, and I greatly apologise that I'm not doing the best I should be doing. Right, so you're going to sit on your Swiss ball. You're going to take your tennis ball or your pressure ball, whatever ball you're using, and you're just going to roll it around the foot. Sitting nice and tall, putting pressure where pressure's needed, and this is so beautiful to do. You should try and aim to do these every day. Pregnant or not, they're just immense. So I might go a bit red. I'm in the conservatory and it is hot in here. So as well, always try to top of the heat. Try and do it in cool, loose clothing. Make sure you're in a cool place, because if you overheat, again, baby overheats, and that is very bad for baby. So when you've had enough on one foot, really getting in to the bits, you can take it round and pop it on the other foot. Can't quite see what I'm doing with the ball, but I'm basically just rolling it around. So if any of these exercises feel just horrid and you just don't want to do them, please don't do them. If any of them feel really nice, just stay in them a bit longer, and you do what you want to do basically with how many repetitions we do. If I'm saying do 8 and you want to stop at 4, that's absolutely fine. Just listen to your body. This is just about getting you moving, a little bit of strength. It's not a deep workout to burn calories and lose weight. Okay, so when we've done with them, you can get rid of that because we're not going to need that again. So sitting tall on your ball, we're just going to do finger and toe crunches. Inhale to crunch and squeeze, exhale to release. think this ball could do with blowing up as well. May have to open a window soon. Whew. Just do 2 more. And then relax your wrists. So then we're just going to rock side to side on the feet. Getting the bottom of the feet to face each other and then the face away. Together, away. Let your knees rock if they want to rock. This is just all about feeling good. And then we can rotate through the wrists. Resting your hands on your legs, or you can take them up into the air. Whatever is most comfortable, and then reverse them. And then we're going to roll through the feet, coming up onto the toes, from the heel and back down, and then the other side and back down. And while we're doing that, we're just going to do alternate through the wrists. Don't over push the base of the wrist, base of the palm, because we don't want to get some carpal tunnel going. And then relax. So we're going to align ourselves on the ball. So feet are always hip width apart. Ankles are in line with knees, which are in line with hips. I am being very naughty. And it's so unprofessional to show you, to do your video when I haven't got the right equipment myself. So we're just going to rock forwards and backwards on the ball. Trying to tuck the pelvis under and back away from it. When we take it back away, we're trying to sit nice and tall so we're not clamping down through the spine. It's all about length, creating room for you to breathe and eat as well as grow a baby. So take them into the centre. And then water. So we've got to imagine it's a ball of water, and our water is calm and level. We're lifting equally through both sides, through the ribs. Shoulders are down and back, and we're extending tall through the crown of your head. So you're just going to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth as if you're blowing out a candle. When we're breathing in, we're trying to fill up every space possible at the bottom of the lungs. And then when we breathe out, we're just going to try and take that pelvic floor gently up. So we want to imagine we've got 10 flights of stairs in there. 10 floors, and we are going to take it up to floor number 7. Trying to get breath out and back and down as much as baby's allowing. We'll just do 2 more breaths. And again. Okay, just have a minute. I am just going to open the window because it's far too hot. And I promise next week I will try and have my appropriate sized ball. My next one up, I think this is a 65 and I need a 75. Okay, so back in our alignment. You're going to take your hand, your right hand, we're going to put it on your forehead. We're then going to turn our head to the right hand side to look over the right shoulder, and then we're going to exhale and bring it back again. And we're going to do 3 more. So we never move our hand away from our head. The hand is ensuring that there's no twisting through the neck, side to side. You're just spinning on your cervical axes. Okay, we're going to drop that hand, bring the left hand up, place it on your head, and then inhale as we turn to look over the left hand shoulder, exhale as we bring it back. Pelvic floor comes up as we come back. We're sitting nice and tall. Shoulders are relaxed. Last one. And release your hand. Now I'm going to take your hands, clasp into your fingers. Thumbs are facing down. And we're going to, I'll just stand up and turn around so you can see. So we're going to rest our thumbs on the top of our shoulders, base of the neck, and we're going to just rest the hands into the back of the rest the head into the back of the hands. Okay, from here we're going to inhale and we're going to take our neck forward, keeping our hands where they are, really jutting our chin out, and then we're going to exhale and take it back, giving ourselves a double chin. Inhale, take it forward, trying to keep your chin on an even plane. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Now as we exhale, try and take it back and up, so you're really lengthening through them back of the neck flexors. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Just going to do one more. And then exhale back. So keeping our neck in this position, we're going to go take the right hand, put it back on the forehead, leave the other hand behind your head, and we're going to inhale as we turn to look over the right hand shoulder, exhale back again. Keeping our neck extensors nice and long at the back. And see if this feels any different to when you did your head rotations earlier. And release. And then swapping your hands over, left hand to the front of the forehead. Inhale to go over your left shoulder, exhale back. So we're only moving the neck in its own parameters. You're not forcing the neck, causing any pins and needles anywhere. Last one, inhale to look, exhale to bring it back. And relax your arms down. We're now going to inhale and shrug the shoulders up. We're going to exhale and squeeze the shoulder blades, trying to take them back down into the bottom of our trousers. Inhale as we lift them up. Exhale, lengthen through. So as we go down, we're going to lift through that neck extensors, creating a nice long spine. Last one of these before we progress. This time you're going to inhale and you take it up, and then we're going to exhale and round forward, stretching out the back of the scapula and back. Inhale up. Exhale, take it forward, down, and back to neutral. Inhale up. Now as we're exhaling and taking it forward, it is just my shoulders that are moving. My pelvis isn't moving, therefore the balls are not moving. And now we're going to reverse it. So we're going to inhale and take it up. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together and roll them down. Again, the ball isn't moving, we're not arching through the back. We're just squeezing them shoulder blades, opening up the front of the chest. Last one. Beautiful. Now we're going to inhale and take an arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, drop it back down. As the other side. Inhale as we take it up. Exhale, drop it down. Try and keep your neck nice and long. We don't want shoulders up around ears. And the other side. Inhale as we take it up. Exhale as we take it down, rotating through the arm as we get to shoulder height. Okay, this time, once we're up on an inhale, we're going to exhale and just slide the opposite hand down as we reach over, lengthening through, try not to move through the ball. Exhale up, inhale up, sorry, exhale down, other side. Inhale as we take the arm up, exhale as we reach over, trying to keep the ball as still as possible, creating room for baby. Inhale to come up, exhale down. So arm comes up on the inhale. Exhale as we reach over. We're not twisting through the spine. We're going to inhale as we come up. Exhale down. Other side. We're going to do one more on each side. Inhale as we're taking the arm up. Exhale, really reach over. Trying to keep the weight even in the feet. Inhale as we come up. Exhale as we go over. Inhale as we come back up. Exhale as we go back down. Now we're going to go the opposite direction, so we're going to inhale and slide the arms up to the front, see them taking them forwards. Exhale, drop them back down. We'll just take them slightly back on the exhale. And back to not neutral. Inhale as we take them up. Exhale as we take them all the way back. Squeezing the shoulder blades back to neutral. 2 more. Last one. And relax. We're now going to cross our arms, putting our hands on our shoulders. Shoulders are down and back. And we're just going to inhale as we turn towards the side. Exhale back to centre. Inhale as we go over to the other side. Exhale, centre. Try and keep your neck in line with the middle of the cross on your chest. And we only turn as far as our bodies want to allow. We definitely don't push it when we're in any twisting motions when we've got a baby growing in our tummy. Inhale to take it round, exhale back. Inhale round, exhale back. One more each way. And then back to centre and relax. So we're going to stand up, take this time, grab a drink. I think I'm going to grab one as well. Okay, so I want you to grab drinks as much as you can throughout during these sessions. So you can get rid of your bowl for a second because we don't need that just now. So holding onto a wall if you need to. Otherwise, hands on your hips, and we're just going to inhale as we tap a toe forward. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, tap it to the side. Exhale, back. Forward, back, side, back. We're trying not to move through our hips. And we're not locking this knee and this supporting leg. One more. This time we're going to inhale as we take it forward. We're going to exhale as we circle it round and back. Inhale forward. Exhale as we circle it round and back. Inhale forward. Exhale as we circle it round and back. Excellent. Other side. Inhale, tap the toe forward, exhale back, side, back, forwards, back, side, back. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. This is our last one. And then we're going to inhale and tap the toe forward, exhale, circle it back round. Inhale, tap the toe forward. Exhale, circle it round. One more. And then release. We're now going to take the leg backwards. So we're going to inhale as we tap it back. Exhale forwards. As we tap it back, we're going to squeeze our bottom so that we don't arch through the back. We're standing nice and tall as we're tapping that go back. And if you can, again, hold on it to the wall if you need to. We're going to stretch the opposite arm up as we draw it back in. Inhale, stretch away, limbs away. Exhale, draw it back in. Not locking that knee on that supporting leg. And not moving through our spine or our hips if we can help it. Last one. We're then going to take the original leg back and then circle it round to the front. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, circle it round. So we're keeping our toes on the floor at all times, just to keep us that bit more supported. Okay, back to the other side. So we're going to inhale. Have we done that one? We have done that one, haven't we? So we're going to do toe taps back. So we're going to inhale, tap the leg back. Exhale, forwards. Inhale, back. Exhale, forwards. We're thinking nice, tall thoughts. If we can, we're going to add the opposite arm. Do one more, and then we're going to inhale and tap the toe back, exhale, circle it round, inhale back, exhale, circle, keeping that toe on the floor, last one, and then you can just shake your bum out if you need to. So, if you are in your second trimester, you can do squats freely. If you're in your third trimester, but if you're in your second and you're struggling, maybe you're coming towards the end, towards the third trimester, use the wall if you need to. Okay, so you are going to stand with your back against the wall. Feet are just going to walk out slightly. Just make sure you can see me. So my shoulders are against the wall and my bum's against the wall. I'm going to inhale as I slide down the wall and then exhale. Oh, I'm not very sticky as we push back up. Inhale as we slide down, exhale as we go back up. This wall is going to be the stickiest wall I've ever known. So we're going to do 8 altogether. We all want to come as far as our knees. We've got 4 more. So nothing is leaving the wall. I'm giving myself a little friction burn. And then we've got 2 more. Push back through the feet. Weights in the heels, last one, and well done, walk away. I'm just like, oh, come back. Okay, so going back into your chair or on to your Swiss ball. Make sure you're sat in the middle of it, nice and comfy. Holding on to the wall, I want you to take one foot up, and if you can, place it on your knee. If you can't, if bump's in the way, just pop it on your leg as far as you can and just lift that leg in so you feel a stretch in your bum. But if you can, try and get it onto your knee. Come out of it any time. And then we're going to break it off. And then we're going to take it on to the other side. Please do not fall off your ball. Okay, popping the foot down. You're going to go back into, so feet are flat on the floor, ankles are under the knees. We're just going to go back into these pelvic tilts again. Really getting the base of that spine moving. But this time I really want you to move through. So keep going and I'll show you my side profile. So we're just curling that ball all the way under and then reaching it, the bum back. Exhale, curl it under. Inhale, reach it back. Just do 2 more. Taking that belly button into the spine as we go backwards, and then find your neutral, and then we're just going to adjust the hips out to the side. So keep going. Well, swap views again. So we're trying to keep our ribs still and just jerk that hip out to the side. One more each way, and then we're going to remember this compass as we take it around. So we're going to Exhale as we took it forward. Take it round to east, south, west, back to north. And then we're going to take it west, south, east, north. And then back the other way. Making sure you're hitting all the corners, all the points of your compass. And then take it back the other way and sit comfortably. Okay, so now we're going to do half roll down. So these are going to get you ready for that epidural. So when you need your epidural, if you're having an epidural, if you're going down that route, they're going to want your spine opening up as much as possible. So you want to think about your spine being stuck on top of each other like this. So to get the medicine that they're going to need to put in, your spine has to open itself up a little bit, so to give room for the needle to get in. So what we want to do is think about how we can get from there to there as best as possible to help your anaesthetist and get it over with as soon as possible. So you're going to sit nice and tall. You're going to exhale. We're going to drop that chin to chest, chest to ribs, and then we're going to tuck that tailbone under as best we can as we slide the hands down the legs into a lovely stretch position. You're going to hold for your inhale, and then we're going to exhale and unwind from the bottom back up to the top. These are going to be tiny, tiny movements, but they'll make such a difference. So again, inhale nice and tall, exhale, drop that chin to chest. Try and take your belly button back to your spine as you drop your ribs down and really round over, sliding your arms down as far as we can. Hold for an inhale into the back, and then exhale and come back up. So you want to think of it like when a cat goes meow. So that's basically what we're trying to do in a very stiff part of the back. So inhaling again, exhale, chin to chest, chest to ribs. We just take that belly button back and really round ourselves over. Hold for the inhale, and then exhale. Restack bottom to top. We're going to do one last one. Beautiful. Okay, so coming off your ball. We don't need that again for a minute. We're going to go on to all fours. Now if your wrists, we're going to be hands flat. If you're struggling with your wrists, if you've got a bit of carpal tunnel coming maybe, we're going to do what I call it the hoof. So you're going to make a fist with your thumb on the outside, and then we're just going to pop that down, pushing through your entire hand, putting a little bit of weight through your thumbs to stabilise. I'm just going to move this way, otherwise I'm going to hit that sofa. So, lengthening tall through the crown of your head and your coccyx. Your hands are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips. We're not just putting weight in our knees, we're spreading it all the way down the thighs. We're going to inhale and take our back hand, as we're going to exhale and thread it through as we bend our forward supporting arm, reaching under. We're going to then exhale as we twist to bring the arm up. So we inhale as we go down. Exhale, twist and open as far as we can without overexerting. Inhale down, head just rests on the floor. There's no weight in it. We're going to do 3 more. Try and keep your knees underneath your hips. However, your hips over your knees. And then this one we're going to go down, and we're just going to rest down. So our weight's in our shoulder, and this supporting hand, it is not in our heads. And we're just going to really reach through, feeling a beautiful stretch down the back and through the shoulder. And then we're going to come out. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. So you can stay put, but I'm just going to turn around so you can see what I'm doing. So you're going to take the hand, we're going to inhale as we thread it under, weight in this outside hand, exhale, up and twist. All the while we're doing our pelvic floors on the exhale. Three more. Our last one, and then we're going to take it down and leave it down into that beautiful stretch. So the more weight you put in this outside hand, the deeper we can push through and stretch, but only go to your own limits. And then we're going to come up. Okay, so you're going to need space behind you now. So walking towards the front of your mat, hands underneath your shoulders, weight spread evenly through the fingers, knees are underneath your hips. We're extending tall through our crown of our head and our coccyx. We're going to inhale and slide the foot out, leaving the toe on the floor. Exhale, draw it back in. And again. We're trying to not transfer our weight too much over to the side, but I realise it's a big ask when you've got a baby growing in your belly. Two more. I think that makes it 8. Okay, this time we're going to take it out and we're just going to gently tap the toe on the floor. Two more. And bring the knee in. Over to the other side. Inhale, slide it out. Exhale, draw it back in. Make sure you've got your weight the entire length down this back leg. And we're leaving the foot on the floor at the leg that's going behind. And I have the last count. So I think we've got 2 more. We're aiming to do 8 on each side. This is our last one. And then we're going to leave it out. Looking forward, tap the floor. Nice and gently, controlling it. Two more. And bring it in. We're going to tuck our toes under if we can and sit back on our heels. If this is too much, just release your toes and just circle through the wrists. And then the other way. And coming down. So, sitting on your bums, nice and tall on your sitting bones, feet are out to the sides, hands are behind us, shoulders are down and back. We're not pushing through the chest, we're just nice and long through it. We're going to inhale and drop a knee down, exhale up, over to the other side. So we don't have to get the knee all the way to the floor. You just go with your own range of movement. If your hips are really tight, like you can tell on this one, your entire body can turn into it if that's what's needed. Just do 1 more on each side. Lovely. And then, so we're going to do side bends. Ideally, I want you to do them sat on one bum cheek with your toes behind, next to the side, ankles next to your bum. If that is too much, you can do them cross-legged. Okay. So we sit nice and tall. We've got our legs folded. Hand is on the ankle. We're on 2 panes of glass at the front and the back, so we can't twist through the spine. The shoulders stay in line all the time. You're going to inhale as you float the arm up. Exhale as we reach over to the side. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale down. Going to do 3 more. the bum stays on the floor all the time. Imagine you're leaning over, big ball that's there. I think this is our last one on this side. Then placing the hand down next to the hip, shoulders back, elbows straight but not locked. You're just strong through the arm. You're going to inhale as you lift the arm up, and then exhale, bend through the supporting elbow as we reach over. Inhale as we come up, exhale, drop it down. So all the while keeping nice and tall through the back, shoulders are in line with the hips, and there's no twisting. This is our last one on this side. And then we're going to take the legs over to the other side. If you are sitting with your legs crossed, just swap whichever one's at the front. So, sitting nice and tall on your one sitting bone, hip bone. Knees are at the front, ankles are to the side. Holding onto your ankles, sitting nice and tall. Inhale as we float the arm up. Exhale as we bend it over, reaching through that top arm. Inhale to bring it back up. Exhale, lower down. Two more. Last one. So we're popping that hand level with the hip, shoulders back, strong through the arm without locking the elbow. We're going to inhale as we take the arm up, exhale as we bend over to the side, reaching through. Inhale to bring the hand up, exhale, lower down, and up. Exhale as we go over, taking that pelvic floor up. Inhale as we reach up to the ceiling through the crown of the head and the arm. Exhale down. So about it counting today. Is this 3 or is this 4? We're meant to be doing 4. I think that was 3, so we're just going to do 1 more. And down. Okay, so we're now going to lay on our sides. So we're going to have 2 options here. I've run out of room. Okay, so you would lay nice and long with your arm outstretched. I am going to have to bring mine up to my head. So when we are down, I don't know if you can see, but this ankle is nowhere near, let's get rid of this, matched with the with the bottom ankle. So I really want to lengthen through that top leg to align my ankles together, and that gives me a little mouse hole here. So hopefully your heart is flat chip. Resting out, if you've run out of room as well, rest this head down onto the arm, otherwise you're going to damage your neck. So we're lengthening through, we're nice and tall. Shoulders down and back, fingertips on the floor to offer a bit of support. If we can, we're going to rotate through that top leg, through the hip, so your knee is facing up to the ceiling. We're going to inhale as we bring the leg up to hip height. Exhale, flex the foot, draw the leg back down. And again. We're going to do 6 more. All the while you are reaching through this top leg to keep your mouse hole alive. I think this is our last one. And then draw your knees in, push yourself up to seated, and roll over to the other side. So always think about trying to keep that mouse hole alive. It's going to be running backwards and forwards through your side. So lining yourself up with the front of your mat, which I've got enough room. Lengthening through that top hip. So we've got that gap in the side. Ankles are in line, heels are together, shoulders down and back. Rotating through that top leg. we're going to inhale as we take the leg up to hip height. Exhale, flex the foot and drop it down. If you've got your leg up here, you've completely lost your side there. So we only take it up as far as we can, but in your case, just literally to hip height or even lower if needed. I've lost count, so I'll say 2 more. Hopefully that's 8 on each side. Okay, so just a quick one. So if that was too much, when you redo these exercises again, you're going to draw your knees in, your feet are parallel with your bum, and then we're just going to inhale as we open the top knee, only a fraction, and then exhale, drop it back down. So you will instantly feel this in that top bum cheek. So this is your alternative if you don't want to do the leg lifts. Okie dokie. So, coming back up, we're going to stand against the wall. I'm going to stand against the wall to show you the line, and then I'm going to come back to show you the exercise. So when we're stood against the wall, our heels are as close to the wall as we can make it that it's comfortable. Our bums against the wall, shoulders are against the wall. When we move in through our arms, none of these points of contact change. Sorry, I should have said your head's against the wall as well. So none of these contacts change as we move the arms. Okay, so the exercise you're going to do, you're going to inhale and take the shoulders, arms up to shoulder height. We're going to exhale and squeeze the shoulders together till the elbows are touching onto the wall. We're going to inhale and open the arms into a W. We're going to exhale and raise them up. Inhale, draw them back into that W, elbows in line with the shoulders. Exhale, pivot palms to floor. Inhale out, exhale down. I think that baby went back, I was joking. So, we're going to inhale and bring the arms up. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, palms come up. Exhale, reach. Inhale, elbows come down. Exhale, palms to floor. Inhale, arms come forward. Exhale, we drop them down. Okay, so 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale into our W. Exhale and reach, keeping them shoulders and ribs down. Inhale, bring them back. Exhale, palms to floor. Inhale, forward. Exhale, down. Last one. Well done. Okay, so have a drink. It's so warm today. Right, grabbing your ball. If you can't do this on the ball, you can do it on the sofa or the chair. You've just got to make sure your arms are back and you're just hugging it. All will become apparent in a minute. Right, so we're going to sit on our ball. We're very, very carefully going to walk ourselves out, so that our knees are over our ankles, and then we're just going to inhale and drop our bums to the floor. Exhale, tucking the tailbone under, push it up. So we're going to inhale, come down. Exhale, tuck and push. So we're really waking that bum. Support your neck if you need to, but your chin should be tucked in, protecting that neck. Just going to do 2 more. Now taking your bum back down. If you are on your ball, take this time to just rock with your back arched but glued to this ball, nice and long, stretching out the back. Just rocking from side to side, up and down, round and round. Just really enjoying opening up the chest. Okay, I haven't tried that on a sofa, but I'm not quite sure it's going to work, so just be careful if you do. Okay, so now stay where you are. I'm just going to come back away from the wall a minute. Right, so we're on our feet, bum is down on the floor, ankles are under your knees. Just lift your bum up a little bit, tuck that chin, and we're going to inhale as we take the arms up, and we're going to exhale and circle it round. So this is if you are in your 3rd trimester. We're just going to do 5 one way and 5 the other way. Now if you are in your 2nd trimester, you can do these, or if you want and you've got a football, so keep going if you're using the ball. I'm trying to do 2 sessions here, so just bear with me. Let me know if it doesn't work. I might not do it again. Right, so 2nd trimester, you're going to grab your ball. We're going to put it between the shoulder blades. Now, be really conscious of where your pelvis is right now, because we don't want it overarched and I don't want tailbone tucked under. Just want nice neutral, so you can do some pelvic tilts. If you're in your 3rd trimester and you want to try it with a football, by all means try it. But just if you get out of breath or feel palpitations, please stop and come out of it. Right, so you can either support your head and do one arm at a time, or we can do both arms together, 5 each way, or we can just really roll down onto the back. Pop a book or some blocks under your head and do your circles like this, really opening up the chest. Okay, so there are your options, but the aim is to do 5 arm circles forward and backwards, trying to open up the chest a little bit. Right, so sticking with 2nd trimester for now. Again, 3rd trimesters, if you want to try this, you can do. We're staying down on our ball. Feet are out to a comfy position. Shoulders are down and back. This is where I want you now to tuck that tailbone under. Give yourself, but don't just squeeze your bum to do it. Try and use your abs to tuck yourself under. Neck is nice and long, crown reaching up to the ceiling. You're reaching through your fingers, but I don't want rounded shoulders. And then we're just going to inhale for 5 counts, and then exhale for 5 counts. All the while imagining you've got big heavy springs under your hands, and we're just pulsing down on them, squeezing the shoulder blades back, squeezing the arms into the body. Try not to have any rocking through the hips. Okay, 3rd trimesters, just take a break a second while I explain these. We're then going to pop our elbows down on the mat, and we're going to inhale and lift the leg up, exhale, tap it down. Exhale, lift, inhale, tap, exhale, lift. So we're going to do about 8 of them on each leg. And then if we want, we can bring the arms forwards, and we're going to pulse as we lift our legs. And then the other side. So just have a play with them combinations. Right, 3rd trimesters. We are going to do the same, but we are going to do it on Swiss ball. So we're going to lean against the Swiss ball. Our legs are going to be straight out. Shoulders are down and back. Core is tight. Again, we're not arching back and we're not completely tucked under. We're just nice and braced, sitting in a neutral spine. So shoulders are back, arms are out. Now to make us harder, if we lift our arms to shoulder height and pulse, that makes it a lot harder than if we were pulsing down here. But it is up to you whereabouts you want to pulse. So you inhale for a count of 5, exhale for a count of 5. Make them smooth breaths. Okay, so when we've done about that 5 times over, our options are to bend the knees, and we're going to exhale up, inhale down. You could try and do 5 on each leg. 3, but we'll do 2 more on each leg. If that's a struggle to lift that leg up, we can drop the knee to the side. If that's a struggle, you can slide the foot out, exhale, draw it back in. Inhale, slide it out, exhale, draw it back in. And then we can see if we can combine some movements. But I don't want you leaning to the side to push over to lift that leg up, because that just defeats the entire object. Okay, hopefully you've done enough of that and that made sense. If it doesn't make sense, please drop me an email, drop me a text message, and I will refilm those sections for the second trimesters and then refilm my separate one for the third trimesters. Okay, so, and also if it doesn't work, then I'll not do it again in future videos. Right, now we have done them, we're going to come on to all fours. And we're just going to do the cat and cows. So knees are underneath your hips, lengthening down through to your ankles, hands are underneath your shoulders, lengthening tall through the crown of your head and your coccyx. Inhale into your side ribs, and then we're going to exhale and tuck that tailbone under as we rise all the way up, dropping the chin down last. Hold for your inhale, and then exhale and wind from your head down to your tailbones. I don't want shoulders up around ears. Back is nice and long, shoulders pulled down away from your head. And again. So our bum is staying over our knees. Elbows are out to the sides. So we're not locking through them arms. Last one. Okay. And then coming down. Right. We're now going to go into child's pose. So use a ball, use a sofa. If you're using the ball, you can get into child's pose and then just roll yourself down and out. Take the knees as wide as you need to accommodate bump. If you're on the sofa, you're going to have to put your hands on the sofa and try and wiggle your bum back a bit. So once we're down there, this is a gorgeous stretch in itself. We're just going to inhale as we twist from side to side. Breathe in your own right. Try not to over-arch the spine. And we're just lifting the chest away from us to the sides. Stay here for as long as you like. I'm just going to do one more. And then I'm really going to reach forward, keeping my bum down, head long, pressing my armpits into the floor. And then we're going to exhale, curling up, fan the bum, restacking shoulders, fall into place, and your head comes up last. That has just got to be one of the best stretches ever. Okay, so we're now going to sit with our feet. So one leg is in front of the other. Oh God, can't talk tonight. Right, so we're sitting in like a zigzagged position. And then we're just going to inhale as we draw the knees over to one side. Exhale as we take it back. So if you want, lean yourself back on your elbows. Really stretch through the hips. Follow it into whatever areas are tight and need a beautiful stretch. Breathe how you wish to breathe. I know I did say the breath at the beginning, but just breathe how you wish to breathe. Take it as slow as you want. Linger, If you want to, somebody's having a barbecue, it smells divine. And then when we've done, I'm going to turn sideways, but you can stay down as you are. We're just going to grab the top foot and really push, lengthen through that bottom leg and push them hips forward. So you're feeling a beautiful stretch through that front of the leg. Try not to sink into this. Really push through that elbow. If it's too much, just lay yourself down. And then we're going to roll over and take it to the other side. That leg can be bent as you wish to, as long as you're feeling that stretch through the front, at the top. And then bring yourself up to seated. Okay, so we're going to sit sole to sole. If this is too much for your hips, please sit cross-legged. Otherwise, we're going to sit sole to sole. Wiggle around a bit so you are on your sitting bones, nice and tall. Pushing the knees down to the floor. We're going to inhale and take the pelvic floor up this time. And then we're going to exhale and let it go after 5 seconds. If it's still there. If it's not, don't worry. So when we're doing pelvic floors, we're trying to relax everything except that pelvic floor. Don't hold your breath. If you run out of breath before the end of 5 seconds, just let it go. Okay, we're now going to take it up and you're just going to pulse it from maybe like the 4th floor up to the 8th, 9th floor, possibly 10th floor, and you're just going to pulse it up and down like a ping pong ball, going backwards and forwards. And then we can relax. So we're going to take one leg out into a straddle position as wide as you choose to, the other leg in. We're going to sit nice and tall and then keeping the back straight, and as far as bump will allow, we're going to lean forward and hopefully you'll feel a stretch down the back of this leg that's at the front. So we're really flexing through the heel. I know you can't see my foot right now. Toes up to the ceiling, back is nice and straight, and we're just leaning forwards. And then bring it in. Swap sides. Sitting nice and tall on sitting bones. Exhale, take it forwards. You can grab your toe. But don't want rounding over. Bump shouldn't allow you to round over anyway. And we're not leaning to the side either. Pushing through the bottom of that leg. Engaging your leg, activating it, really pushing through that heel to get that stretch. And then release. Bringing the leg in, we're going to come back onto our knees. You're going to put one foot on the floor in front, ankle is under the knee. This back leg, your knee is underneath your hip. If it's hurting your knee at all, just fold a towel up or put a cushion underneath there. You're going to squeeze the bottom of this back leg, and then we're just going to push forwards to feel a lovely stretch through this hip flexor. If you want to deepen that stretch, just raise the arm up. Reaching the fingertips up to the ceiling, squeezing the bum. Get shoulders are down away from your ears. And then come out of it. Swapping sides. Squeeze the bum, make sure we're all in line. And then exhale and push forwards. And if you choose, reach. Same arm up to the ceiling. Give me a little lunge. toe in and push yourself up to standing. Just kick your bum a little bit. Round your shoulders back. Bend your knees. Taking them the other way. Roll through the hips. Whatever you feel you need to do to loosen things off. And then when you take it to the middle, you're just going to inhale and turn your head. Exhale, roll the chin across your chest to the other side. Back to centre. And then it reverse. Okay, so we're going to line you up now standing. So feet are hip width apart, toes are facing forwards, and you're just gently going to rock forwards and backwards on your feet. So imagine you've got 4 corners, 2 at the front, 2 at the back, and you're going to try and spread your weight evenly. This includes your toes. Push some weight into them toes. And then rock slower and slower, feeling grounded, and then we can stop. So our knees are soft. We're not blocked, but we're not like overly Mr. Floppy bent legs. We're just nice and relaxed. Your pelvis, think of it being that bowl of water again. So we're going to inhale and tip it forwards. Exhale, tip it back. Sloshing the water in and out as we rock through pelvis. And then make the movements smaller and smaller. So you've found your middle ground where your waters are calm. So your bum's relaxed, your belly button's pulled in, we're lifting equally through the ribs, shoulders are down and back, and we're extending tall through the crown of your head. Thinking about lengthening them neck extensors like we did at the beginning. Inhale and take your arms up. And then exhale, engage that pelvic floor one last time as we bring the arms down. Well done, that's your session. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will release a new one next week. Stay safe. Bye.